Hi 414, so today we're going to be going through how to polish your boots correctly. So I've got my shoe here that we're going to use to demonstrate. I haven't polished it for a few weeks now. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab a toothbrush, an old one. As you can see, I've used this. I don't use this to brush my teeth anymore. You're going to put some polish on it, and then in the seams areas of your boots, so along here, in where the laces would usually go, you're going to brush them down just so we get some of the really obvious brown marks out. So we're going to go along here, and you'll be able to see a really obvious difference if they're dirty or if they're clean, especially along here. This is the first thing that you'll notice. And then as well up here, if you can see that, along the seams up here where your laces would usually go, it's like a brownie colour, so I'm going to grab a little bit more polish for that. And I'm going to brush up there. This part doesn't need to be shiny, but it needs to be clean. So you're just going to make sure that you're doing that. So that's done there. That's pretty basic what I just did. Also the seams at the back need to be done too, and along here as well if that needs to be done if it's really dirty. The next step, what we're going to do is we're going to grab something like this, so an old brush that you don't need anymore. You can get one specifically for polishing your boots. I'm going to put some polish on it. And I'm going to go along kind of the main areas of the boot, which would be along the heel, the bottom of the heel, the tip of the toe, and also up here near the ankle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my polish. I'm going to rub it on. It doesn't have to be neat or anything because you're going to end up polishing over it. I'm going to do the same along the side here. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So up here, across here, and then on the tip as well. The tip is the most important part because that's mainly the part that people are going to see from your boot. Especially if you're wearing DPs, then half of this part is going to be covered. The tip is usually the part that's going to be seen the most. You also want to do the back as well. So just running it up there. Now usually I would wait a little bit for the polish to kind of set, so it can be harder and not as soft when you go to finish the polishing. But for this video, I'm just gonna go straight into it. So I'm gonna grab another brush. I have two. I actually have like 5. I'm gonna grab another brush, and what I'm gonna do is you're just gonna brush along the sides where I put polish on, and it's gonna make it shiny. So I'll start with up here near the ankle. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hand through it to make it more supportive. Turn to face you guys. And then I'm going to brush up like this. So it's not shiny yet, as you can tell. I didn't do it for very long, but they've got to be really quick brushes, and you've got to do them really fast. Then we're going to go along the sides here. So if you can notice, there's a bit of shine coming along across here. I put a lot of polish on my boots, so it's going to take a bit longer than what I just did to make it shiny. So I'm going to keep going. Then you would do the other side as well. And the back. The next step is you're going to work on the tip of your shoe. So this is where your toes are. Usually I'm not going to use this to polish that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my cotton buds, and I got about 3 or 4 here. What I'm going to do is in the lid of where my polish is, I've put a little bit of water, maybe like a centimetre or 2 of water, I'm going to dip in my cotton bud into the water just a little bit so you can feel that it's wet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make circles, nice small circles on the tip of my shoe. And what this is going to do is it's going to cause friction. It's going to make the polish nice and hot, and it's going to sort of melt into the shoe, which makes it shiny. So I'll quickly show you a little bit of a demonstration. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I'm going to pinch my cotton bud, and I'm going to start making little circles like this. I'm not going to go this slow, I'm going to go a little bit quicker, so then the melting process is quicker as well. And I'm going to do that for the whole toe. This process is going to take a while. It's probably going to be the longest part of polishing your boots. And you're going to keep going in circles like this. And keep going. Once you've done that for a little while, longer than I just did, what you can do is you can grab an old towel, like I've got one here, and then what you can do is you can it's what's called buffering. So just fold up your towel, and you're going to grab your shoe, find like a stable place. This isn't very stable. Find a stable place, and you're going to rub like this, a lot faster, a lot harder. And then that is going to get rid of all like the water that's leaving on the outside from the cotton bud, and it's going to help make your boot shinier. So this is going to need a few more rounds of the cotton budding process to make it nice and shiny. For the girls who have new boots, you're going to need a lot more layers of polish because your boots haven't really been exposed to a lot of polish before, and you're going to need to keep doing this process. Those of you who have like scratches or dents in your boots, no matter where it is, they can be really messy to deal with. What you can do is you can put a whole lot of polish in one of the dents in your shoe. You're going to cover it, and then what you can do is you can grab an iron, press the steam button, and it's going to melt the polish, and you're going to leave it to dry, and then your dent will be covered. It'll kind of be filled in by the polish that you've melted on there. But don't put the iron directly on the boot because then that'll ruin it. So yeah, you're going to continue this cotton budding process about maybe 5 or 6 times, maybe a few more if you want to. I usually spend about half an hour to an hour on each shoe, but you don't need to spend that long. I'm a little bit crazy. So I prepared one earlier, which I have down here. This is a good standard boot. So as you can see, it's pretty shiny. You can see a little bit of reflection in there. Across the sides, nice and shiny as well. Up here, nice and clean. Okay, and also along the seams, it's all black. There's no dirt or dust or anything like that in them. So this is a really kind of standard level boot that we expect pretty much all of you to have. So you need to spend a little bit of time on that. Don't forget to put your laces back in once you've finished. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how to polish your boots. Hope you enjoyed, and replay this video anytime that you need to do it again if you've forgotten, or if you need some more technique tips. Yeah, that's all. Have fun polishing.